What's up, my sweet goats? Welcome back to the edgiest channel on YouTube. I'm your fearless shepherd, Ryan. And edgiest YouTuber, that's a hard title to hold. It comes with a lot of pressure and ego. Sometimes I want people to know that I'm just a person, like you, only better. And if you're someone not familiar with the commentary community, you probably think we're all heartless, savage, wrath-filled, lonely people that only hate the world. We're that kid on the bus that never talks, eats alone in the library, and always has that "I'm gonna kill you" look on his face. And I understand that there are the go-tos in the commentary community, the iDubbbz's, the kavoses, the Tom Turkeys of the world, who build their audiences on criticizing and sometimes just dumping into the mouths of other creators. But is there another side to this melancholy story? Are commentators all evil? I wouldn't go that far. I mean, sometimes it's just their character, who they want to personify to the world. And that's fine. These people have garnered large amounts of respect, ear, and most importantly, traction across the platform. But do you have to be a dick to get the click? Does the commentary community have a problem? Or is there another side to this coin? The Bunty side. Who? Let's get into it. Bunty King, commentator, laughaholic, goat-loving Canadian, and apparently some form of Jesus, having been resurrected on Twitter 3 times. Hop that one, God. A man just trying to make the world a better place, one goat at a time. Now, if you're not familiar with the who and the what of the commentary community, you're probably sitting there like, Mr. Bunny who now? In a community filled with edgy teenage YouTuber wannabes, Goat Boy Bunty might actually change the narrative about the standard commentator. And that's what makes him so intriguing. So what makes him unique? What's the difference between what sells on YouTube and the road less traveled? Do you need to jump on the hate train? And how the hell did he grow such amazing facial hair? This is 6 weeks. Well, he's here to answer if the community is doomed, so you'll have to stick around till the end. But before we get to the hard-hitting associate degree level journalism with Bunty, we need to have a brief lesson on why the King Goat sticks out from the common rabble. We live in an interconnected world filled with fake happiness, false personalities, pointless drama, living in an echo chamber within echo chambers of egotistical hate. The first thing you notice about Bunty is that he's brutally himself. He's not afraid to be the good guy, the bad guy, share his opinion, and most importantly, engage with a differing ideology. Now compare that to someone like Kavos, whose colossal sub count squashes Bunty's like a foot to an ant, and whose persona online has been said to be far different than the way he conducts himself offline. To the casual viewer, his demeanor may seem direct, aggressive. He's not so much having a conversation with his viewer as much as he is calling someone a liar or an a-hole for 10 minutes a pop. And each video seems like something seriously is wrong in the world, when really, is it? Ninja's gone too far, Sniper Wolf is lying, Deji loses it, oh my god, the sky is falling. Wait, what? No? It's not. But hey, clicks! You know, I get it. We all want that to some extent. Negativity sells. Now flip the coin. Bunty King has an overwhelmingly warm personality. He has a contagious laughter even in videos of a particular serious nature. He takes this YouTube thing ain't so serious, you know, approach. But he isn't afraid to say it how he sees it. There's no persona here. If Kavos is constantly playing a donkey in his videos, then in this analogy, Bunty would just be an There's no acting involved. Though he doesn't have those big British balls now, does he, Kavos? Ha. Ha. But this is just scratching the surface. Why is this beard with a Canadian attached to it such a respected member of the community? What separates him is one word: genuineness. I wanted to know more. Being on YouTube, genuine was a word I hadn't often come across. Must be fake news. I intended to travel to Montreal, Canada, home of the furry goat himself, but realizing I left my passport in my other pants upstairs, it made the trip rather impossible. I couldn't do this alone, so I bit the bullet, pulled on my Easy Zip Depends diapers, and called my friend Amir to get down and dirty in our search through the deep crevices of the community.
YouTube, broadcast yourself. But how about you go f yourself? Nah, I'm totally kidding. That was just the edgy commentator just coming up for some air. YouTube is built on the foundation that you can essentially upload whatever you want, whenever you want, with the exception of those Elsagate videos. Damn it. If I had a nickel for every commentator that bases their persona solely around negativity, well, I'd have to open up a separate bank account and have a very awkward conversation with the teller. Bunty is a great example for the good guy commentator. He's loving, sweet, charming, and he has a beard that will make any man feel like a child. Aside from his good looks, what he brings to the table is positivity. What is positivity, you might ask? Well, why are you asking? That's like a first grade word. He does this by instilling a sense of personality in his videos, like real, genuine personality. If you're even slightly involved in the commentary community, you've probably noticed some bombardment of hate videos, calling other people out, or just being really nasty. Come on guys, we're all just trying to live here. These channels base their content on calling other people out for things not being made exactly the way they like it. If you're even at all familiar with my videos, probably not, then you might think I'm a huge hypocrite. Sure, I do this too, but I like to keep it lighthearted. You're pregnant? Oh, I gotta unfriend you because you're the equivalent to cancer. What? Like I said, lighthearted. You see, there's a difference between calling somebody out with valid criticism and calling somebody out just so you could put their name in the title. There's been a recent trend of commentators hating on art channels. We're all creating art in one form or another. If you see somebody who's not as talented as you expected, growing rapidly in views and subs, you're allowed to make a criticism video, because as a human, your opinion matters. Don't go overboard, because what happens is you create an army of 13-year-old stan accounts doing the same exact thing, and it just gets annoying. YouTube has become a cesspool of negativity, and quite honestly, I think we should all just hold hands and kiss each other on the mouth. Well, maybe not that last part.
Amir isn't the only one seeing the subtle cracks in the buttocks of commentary. On Bunty's Twitter, you'll notice tweets such as his pin discussing why hate in and of itself is more a reflection of you than what you think of someone else. And in another tweet saying, if all you do is complain about everybody around you, then it's quite possible you're the problem. Smiley face. Good thing I never complain. Are you noticing a theme? Bunty doesn't like hating for the sake of hate. But if I've learned anything about the commentary community so far, hating is kind of our thing. In a video about Bunty's views of the community, he mentions the difference between him and the fake edginess we see online. He had some interesting thoughts, but to save you some time, I'm going to narrow it down to 4 words. Moral development and unchecked egos. Or does the and make it 5 words? Now you may say, Ryan, so he thinks he's morally superior. But I don't think that's what he means. YouTube is a game. As a YouTuber, we're all in this pursuit for power. You may say that you're not, but if you're on this platform or any other social media, you want your voice to be heard. We're all gladiators vying for the sweet nod of the emperor. You want people to want to know what you think about this or that. Many play this game taking on the persona of whoever they need to be in order to win. Bunty's played this game. Having been on the platform since 2015, he's capitalized on heat-fueled drama, the Zoe Burgers, the Fousey Tubes, the Keemstars. His presence picked up notably in 2016, 2017 because of this kind of content. Hate is powerful, and why wouldn't you do what works? So is social media just a hot box of constant attack? It can be, but that's the easy path. It's easy to hate something. What's hard is to see something wrong in the world and then try to make it right. There's a difference between being involved in an issue and just saying something you hate about it, then moving on to the next thing. Commentary is dominated by young creators who have been thrust into this position of power and influence. Think about someone like Kavos, a young guy just graduated from university, is still trying to find out who he is, but also has nearly 1 million followers. You think he has a little bit of an ego? What about Aiden Projects, even younger? He has nearly 700,000 subscribers. A teenager with immense amounts of influence. What do you think that can do to the mind? An ego is fine, healthy in some sense. But what happens if that ego goes unchecked? Unchecked egos are fickle. Even more so when you can dish it, but you can't take it. Complaining, criticizing, it only goes so far. Negativity gets clicks. It's just an observational fact. But what lacks is meaning, the essence of, well, anything. By simply complaining about something, do we ignore the real problems? The elements in life that make you a better person, that make the world a better place. At the end of the day, aren't we all just people sitting in our bedrooms bitching on the internet? I don't know. So to get deeper, I had to pick Bunty Goat's brain. So I called him up the other day to ask him the hard questions. Man, I always have to pee during these things.
Hey, what's up, my little goat?
What's up to you, Papa Goat? So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the current state of YouTube? Do you think that there's a censorship issue?
So here's the thing about YouTube is that it's first started, obviously, it was subculture, you know, like the only people that were uploading to it were people who were relatively young and people who were with the times. Adults weren't watching YouTube in 2006. Because it's getting so much more attention, it's come under criticism by mainstream outlets, which is kind of okay, because the criticism hasn't been valid. As more attention is given to YouTube, YouTube kind of needs to maintain a certain set of standards in order for them to play ball with people in the big leagues, and this comes with, you know, curtailing certain forms of speech. And is that censorship? Maybe to a degree, yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, they're still allowed to upload that content so long as they're not breaking terms of services. I think that YouTube doesn't have a censorship issue. I think that it has a money grubbing issue. That's what it has. Everyone wants money.
Exactly. I think it is an annoying situation to say the least, but at the end of the day, YouTube is a business, and I feel people forget about that sometimes. Now, creators like Kavos have capitalized on criticizing or attacking other people. What has moved you away from that, and do you think that it's actually hampering the commentary community?
I don't think that it hampers the commentary community. I think the commentary community has always thrived off of like this kind of like vitriolic content. I moved away from it because I realized that when you're always on the offensive, you're building an environment in which everyone is supercharged and ready to take someone down, and that person that could be taken down could also be you. There can be a lot of disinformation, right? So it's very easy for someone to spread lies about someone, go after them, and then just, you know, hate on them until they start losing subs or they're bullied off the internet. Clearly a very, very negative way of doing things.
Well, do you think that taking that more positive spin has stunted your growth?
Yes. If I was constantly on the attack, man, dude, I'd be at 100,000 subs. But at the end of the day, anger sells way more than happiness. Anger sells way more than being level-headed and diplomatic. Something that's very shareable.
Well, folks, it looks like Ryan's gonna have to go to the dark side. What's it been like working with Ricky Berwick?
Hate working with that guy. The first time I went to his place, this kid kicked a pizza box at me. Second time I went to his place, this kid crawled at me so fast. You don't understand how fast this guy crawls. It's inhuman.
Yeah, he always did come off as a little bit of a creep.
He's the biggest rat. I love him. So does all that answer your question?
Yeah, no. Oh, I did have one more.
We're sorry. Your call cannot
Hello?
be received as
Why do they always hang up? Now, we've discussed an issue within the community. We've also talked about the harsh reality of what sells to an audience. We've confirmed it with a YouTuber in the trenches. And look, at the end of the day, you are the shaper of your own destiny. And the thought I want to leave you with is, why are you on YouTube? What is the message you want to portray to the world? Because the actions we take here can last forever. I want to quickly thank Bunty and Amir for taking the time to be in this. Remember, I'm Ryan, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.